It's Jeff, and I'm going to go through the process of skinning a raccoon. This is going to be the cameraman, Jackson. He's going to follow along. This is his buddy Easton. The more these guys watch how to skin coons, hopefully someday I don't have to do this and they can do it for me. Jackson, I'm going to turn it over to you. Come on over. The essentials are a gambrel. This is my favorite kind. The chain gambrel. That way if you screw up and cut the back legs of the raccoon, you can still do it. A pair of pliers. Good skinning knife. This Browning skinning knife is my absolute favorite. I love it. Probably gone through 100 raccoons with it. And then a piece of rope. We'll show you where that comes in. This is how we're going to start. This is we're going to start on the back legs of this coon, and we're going to go on the inside of the leg and make an incision right up to the middle above the vent, and then we'll come around and do that on the other leg. Tie those together, and we'll start working that leg down a little bit to open it up just far enough that you can get your thumb or finger on both sides of it. Once you can get it all the way through, some of them are easier than others, then you can go ahead and pull it down. We'll show you how we do that. Once your finger pops through there, what I do, and I should make note that I'm not the fastest guy in the world at this. I'm faster than I used to be, faster than some and slower than a lot of others, so I'm not putting myself out there as the world's fastest skinner. It's just this is the way I do it. So we've got that pulled down, then we'll come over to the other leg and we do the same thing on it. Kind of push that down, give ourselves some room to work, and once that pushes through to the other side, right there, we'll bring our knife up and through there and cut that off, pull that down, and that way we're started at this point. Now I go ahead and hang the coon at this point, and like I said, these gambrels are my favorite. They're not the easiest to hook, but they hold tight after you've screwed up and cut a little too deep when you shouldn't have. One side, make this loop here. It's important also when you're skinning raccoons that you have a forgiving wife. She lets me do this in her garage, or our garage, her garage, but this time of year it kind of becomes a fur shed. Alright, we got that coon hung, the knife back out. What we're going to do is make a cut from the base of the vent up on each side and tie into the two cuts that we've already made. And so we'll come right up through there for one, and then our second one will come right up through here. And then we'll just kind of work this fur down a little bit. Should be able to pull and get it to start coming down for us. Same thing on this side. Should be able to do a little trimming here. Pull and get that stuff coming down here. Alright. Now our goal is just like on the legs, we're going to work our fingers through to the back side of that tail. And you know, some people use a screwdriver for this. I've just gotten to a point where I feel like the finger is probably the easiest way to go, and again, maybe not the fastest, I don't know, but work that finger through there. And there we go. So the finger goes through, and then we can kind of pull that a little bit. You can see the gap that we've created there in between the tail and its face. I'm going to come up here and make just a straight line cut to start the tail, and then we should be able to just pull that down a little bit to get that tail going. Maybe a little notch there. I always kind of take it down about halfway, and about halfway, that's when I grab my pliers. You can buy tail zippers for this, but I'm cheap, so the pliers is the way I do it. We just pop that tail right off of there. Then if you're going to tan and dry this, you'll need to split that out the rest of the way, and you can do that with the tail zipper, or you can also just take your knife and run it run it right down that tail, right on the inside there.
Can he come in here?
Just like that. But we'll go ahead and get this guy started right here. We're on the, or this gal, we're on the homeward process here. Once we get this belly started and the back started, that's where we use this rope. And basically I just got a slip knot tied in it. I'm going to slip it over the tail up to the meaty part of this and cinch her down. And then the other end I've got the same type of loop. As you can see, cameraman's busy watching instead of videoing. And I'm going to put that on my foot and go ahead and just start pulling. Straighten those front arms out. I can grab my knife in the process. So I'm going to pull that, get some of that fat rolling the right direction. And that should just start pulling its way off there. There we go. You just work right down the back, all the way down to the legs. And then once we get to the legs, we'll poke a hole through the first one and pull that down. Cut that leg hole. Again, poke your finger through to the second. Pull that down. Cut the leg hole. Now we're going to find those ears. Should be right about there. You can see is the first ear. We cut through that ear, come over the other side, cut through that ear. Now we're going to pull again. The next cut will be our eyes. There's one of our eyes right there, and there's our second eye right there. Once we get those cut, it'll pull down to the nose. And then we'll just go ahead and cut through the nose and swinging. And then we'll pop this open and pull our rope off here. Take that rope off of there. Turn this booger back right side out, and we got a
$14 coon.
Pretty good coon there, pretty long one. Sticking her up next to this sow that we've already got done, and pretty good size. Both those are 32+ inch coons, and will be good ones. That's how you skin a coon with a rope.